The 7 chakras explain. What are the 7 chakras and what do they do? Now, chakras are an amazing topic, and I'm absolutely sure that there's no doubt you've heard of them before. However, something that people usually get wrong is they think that chakras are some new age philosophies, but you really couldn't be more wrong. Even though they've grown in popularity in the West, chakras are an ancient study that date back over 3,500 years. So this is ancient wisdom. Nothing about this is new age. And there's something about learning ancient wisdom that I just really resonate with. It's the way civilization and humans have organized themselves and lived on these principles. So to me, the knowledge regarding chakras really holds a special place in my heart. Just because how tested these things are with humans, and they've spanned so many generations before us. Chakras are the main body's energy centers, and when they run freely, you have harmony between your physical self, mind, and spirit. Now, you've probably heard someone talk about unblocking a certain chakra. So depending on your life circumstances, our traumas and experiences we've accumulated over our life, and particularly in childhood, some of our chakras can be blocked or underactive, which can stop that natural energy flow to run through. And at the same time, you can actually have something like an overactive chakra, which means too much energy built up in that area. So chakras are usually depicted in photos and drawings of a yoga pose known as the lotus position. And from here, we have 7 chakras running down the body's center. So they are numbered from top to bottom. So the top of your head is the 7th chakra, known as the Crown Chakra. This is responsible for our awareness of a higher self and our intelligence. Moving down from the crown, we see the 6th chakra, which is known as the Third-Eye Chakra. This is depicted as indigo, and its responsibility is our intuition and imagination. Some people will also refer to this one as the brow chakra. Further along, we enter the 5th chakra, and this is known as our Throat Chakra. This is blue, and it's our communication energy point. Then we have our 4th chakra, which is our Heart Chakra. This is right at the center of our chest, and this is colored green, and it's responsible for giving, love, and compassion. Right in the stomach area, there sits the 3rd chakra, which is the solar plexus, and this is yellow, and it's responsible for our self-esteem and confidence. Below that is the 2nd chakra, which just sits below the belly button, and it is known as our Sacral Chakra, which is orange, and it's responsible for our sexuality, pleasure, and creativity. And the 1st chakra, which is right on the base of the spine and is red, this is known as our Root Chakra. And this one is about our stability, our grounding, and who we are as a person. So let's take a deeper look into each chakra and see if you can identify if some work needs to be done to restore the balance. Now, first off, the Crown Chakra. This chakra is at the top of our head, and it's violet. This is linked to every other chakra, and it is the connection of our consciousness and source to the world. It's our enlightenment. And particularly people who have this chakra blocked may seem a bit skeptical, and they can be a bit pig-headed and almost like an immovable force. However, having an underactive crown chakra can make you less open to learning new things and general closed-mindedness. And at the same time, you can have this area overactive. And here is where you're addicted to knowledge. You're living in a bit of a fantasy world, and you can also have a bit of a lack of empathy. I honestly don't know where I sit with this chakra. I mean, I'm really obsessed with learning new things. However, I feel like this chakra is just always a moving target for me. Some days I feel a connection, and other times I just really close off. So, check in with yourself on this chakra. It's essential to your well-being. Okay, moving down is the Third-Eye Chakra, and this one always scared me. I feel like as a kid, I had a very strong third eye, and because of my fear of, intuition and not discerning the information, I kind of just tried to shut it off, and it didn't really do me any favors. So now in my later years, I really embrace this one. Your Third-Eye Chakra is colored indigo, and it is between your eyes. Now, this is your intuition, your ability to see the big picture of life, your long vision, your ability to imagine things and see them clearly in a long view format. So people who have this chakra blocked usually can seem like know-it-alls, and they can dismiss intuition and be focused on just what's physical, and they can be unconcerned of any emotion or feeling. And conversely, people with an overactive brow chakra can feel almost in a daze and not clear with their goals, and people will probably describe them as, oh, this person's in their head a lot. This is probably a clear sign of an overactive brow chakra, because It's not being able to get clarity on your goals and what you want out of life. It's just a major feeling of being overwhelmed. You also may feel like you can't focus, you can't read a book, you can't even relax. You're just always in your thoughts, which I'm sure a lot of people have experienced. So a big thing for your third eye, and this one's very important, to check in on and get balance, especially if there are things that you're trying to achieve in the long term. Okay, next up, the throat chakra. This sits directly in the center of the throat and it's blue. This is all things communication, and this is how we speak verbally and how we communicate through the voice. Everything with the throat chakra is to do with your communication. People with an underactive throat chakra can be very fearful of expressing themselves, and with their words, they just can't get them out, and they can be fearful about speaking, and they really have a hard time putting whatever they think into words. They can literally have a block where they can't get it out. However, people who are overactive here, they can use their throat chakra so much to get themselves in trouble, like in gossiping, or they just reveal too much personal information. A common problem that someone with an overactive throat chakra will experience is when they get a creative idea, they can literally talk the idea out of their body. I know, I'm not joking. Instead of getting the idea integrated through the body and expressed in the appropriate way, they can just talk and just get it out of their body because they are so active in this area. So having a good alignment here can make you speak up when needed and also know when not to speak. Okay, the heart chakra. The heart chakra sits directly in the center of your heart. It's green and it's responsible for our love and compassion. This chakra is all about how we love, how we give, how we receive, and generally a lot of our empathy comes from here. It's giving, it's compassionate, it's like some of the best parts of us. However, if some trauma happened in your life or you got hurt in some way, the heart chakra can actually become blocked and underactive. And that can make you quite closed off. You can isolate yourself a lot and you can not be attached to a lot of things. It can also cause some of the worst parts of us like jealousy and defensiveness. However, on the other side, people with an overactive heart chakra, they can really give too much of themselves for others and literally until they damage themselves. An overactive heart chakra can cause you to be a bit smothering and possessive. So this one is one you want in balance because when you feel in balance, you'll feel compassionate, empathetic, and it's one of the most essential chakras for setting boundaries with people. The solar plexus. This is the solar plexus and this sits right in the stomach area. This one is such a vital chakra. It is your confidence, your self-esteem, how much you value yourself, how much you conduct yourself, how you treat others. When this chakra is balanced and well, you feel confident, alive, and you are sure of yourself. You're able to dismiss any doubts about yourself. I feel this one's a bit tricky because the line between being in balance and being overactive is really easy to miss. So an overactive solar plexus can make you very egotistical. And usually people who are overreactive here, they can command the space with their stomachs. And I'm sure we've seen this. Literally, they own a room with their stomach, but not in a positive way. Having an overactive solar plexus can make you a bit intolerable, and it can also make you quite difficult to get along with. However, being underactive here can cause a lot of self-esteem issues and not being able to grasp what it is you want out of life. If you struggle to make decisions, that's usually a sign of an underactive solar plexus. And I would really recommend doing some work to build up your solar plexus as they are such an important chakra and really make a difference when they're worked on. The next one is the Sacral Chakra, and this is your sexuality and creativity. This sits right above the pelvic bone, and there's an exchange constantly going between our sexuality and our creativity. They actually come from the same place, so where we can create life, we can also create ideas. And having a balance here makes you very excited for life. It makes you open to new ideas. You enjoy life, and not just in a sexual way. You enjoy creating art. You enjoy doing anything that gives you pleasure. This kind of governs our body's pleasure, and it's a wonderful chakra to have in proper balance as you can get the most out of your life. Having an imbalance here can cause some issues, such as having an overactive sacral chakra can make you be consumed in emotions. You can make decisions totally charged with emotions and your body can be flooded with them. So much so that being rational can totally escape you and emotions just take over. At the same time, an imbalance of being underactive can cause some real problems as well. You can have problems accepting life, not being able to enjoy life. It can inhibit your artistic expression and make you feel a little bit unfulfilled because you're not living your true self. So you're blocking out kind of the pleasure of your life, which can be pretty tricky. A big key here would be able to work on rebalancing the sacral chakra to make sure that you're in balance to get the most out of life. The next one is the root chakra, and this sits directly on the base of our spine. This is our security, our stability, our grounding. This gives a sense of safety in the world, and it governs how stable we feel in life. Having a balanced root chakra makes you feel connected to earth. It gives a strong sense of stability, and people will gravitate towards you because they feel safe and because you're so well rounded. Imbalances here, such as an underactive root chakra, can cause a lot of daydreaming, attempting to escape reality, and you don't feel a sense of security on earth. Now, I know when going through them, it's very easy to identify aspects in ourselves or something that we can see in family members and friends that we want to work on. Working on yourself is always a fulfilling journey. And you know, I feel balanced in some chakras and some are still really out of alignment. And I'm working on improving my throat chakra as it's underactive and restoring my heart chakra from being a bit overactive. It's also important that everyone has a different reaction to experiences in life. So while someone who got bullied when they were younger, they might experience an overactive heart chakra in their adulthood because they know what it felt like. However, could also develop an underactive heart chakra from that experience. So it's all about the individual. It's all a work in progress, and I don't think looking for perfect chakras is the goal. I think it's more about identifying aspects that you identify in yourself that you kind of fully understand, you integrate, and you can live a more fulfilling life. Getting an insight who you are is very important. Well, I hope that was an informative video, and I loved sharing this knowledge with you. And of course, it means the world to like, subscribe, and just pay this video forward. So please share it with a friend and family member and tell them to get on board with the channel. We cover so many topics, particularly about ancient wisdom and feng shui and how energies affect our bodies. I wish you a fantastic day and all the best.